Welcome to Saturday versus Sunday. I'm John Barban, and George Pickens is now a Dallas Cowboy. And as you can tell by the thumbnail, if you saw it, I think this is a one-year rental. He's at the end of his rookie contract. I guess he's only making $3.5 million-ish this year. And it sounds like he's not interested, from the articles I've read, it sounds like he's not interested in negotiating a contract extension and is maybe going to kind of gamble on himself and hope for a bidding war, I guess, for him in free agency next year, which, maybe that might happen. I mean, number one receivers are hard to come by, and I would say Pickens is a number one receiver type talent. Whether or not his personality and his potential, I don't know, emotional irregularities, as we saw last year, where he would just take stupid penalties for no reason and seems to be hard to control himself sometimes. That notwithstanding, teams that might be in the market for a number one receiver are going to have a hard time resisting taking a chance on his overall talent. Like, to me, he's one of the maybe top 10 or 12 receivers that are essentially unguardable in one-on-one situations and can be a true X. It's just whether or not he's got the personality to be that way. But I don't know. He's got the talent for sure. And on Dallas, he's going to be the number two. CeeDee is the number one. So he's going to have to deal with that. I don't know if that matters to him or not. But from an ego standpoint, he's for sure the number two. For this year, anyways, it makes Dallas really interesting. As long as Prescott stays healthy, is that the number one wide receiver duo? It's got to be up there. It's right there with Chase and Higgins. I don't know who else you could argue is better than these two. Like, this is really good. It's just whether or not it's going to work for a one-year experiment. I can't imagine they're actually thinking of paying him what he's going to want next year. Like, it's going to be wide receiver number one money that he's going to try to get next year, or command, or I guess you could say deserve, just based on his talent. And I was looking at a couple articles. There are a few teams who might be in the market for a number one receiver who haven't allocated number one receiver money next year. So there's going to be at least 3 or 4 teams that are going to be in the game for that. And so maybe he's viewing this year as a prove it year. And this year, it's not about getting a contract extension from the Cowboys this year. It might be he's going to use this year to prove he's got what it takes to be a number one receiver for number one receiver money on the open market next year. So that could be what this is all about. As far as Jerry Jones trading for big time players, I mean, this was a low money trade. Yeah, they gave up, I guess, a third rounder, but the money is just very cheap to get him. And it just doesn't seem realistic from a money standpoint, because Dak's already the highest paid quarterback, or the most expensive quarterback. CeeDee is getting number one receiver money, and Micah Parsons it sounds as though at some point in the very near future, he's going to become the highest paid non-QB. So there's no room for, at least unless there's something I'm not quite understanding, it doesn't seem as though there's room to pay another receiver close to receiver number one money on a team that's already paying a receiver number one money, is got the most expensive QB, and is about to have the most expensive non-QB. It doesn't seem realistic. Even with the salary cap going up, I doubt that's a workable scenario in 2026. So as far as I can tell, this is just a one-year rental. It makes Dallas interesting even for non-Dallas. I mean, obviously Dallas fans are going to love this just because now they have just 2 lights out receivers on the field. But even for non-Dallas fans, you just got to watch this. You just got to see how this is going to turn out. Like, is he going to be a problem all year, or is he going to be kind of a model citizen, which would be best for him for the future of his career? Maybe he's getting moved from Pittsburgh to here is sort of humbling him a little bit. He had some odd personality things and just weird things, just the way he was acting at the end of games last year. So I don't know what it is with receivers becoming idiots at Pittsburgh, and Dallas is kind of known for diva receivers too. I'm not saying CeeDee Lamb is, but in the past they've had receivers that are their personalities have been maybe bigger than their talent. So I don't know. Maybe this move is proving to him that he's got a chance here to show up right and really cash in next year if he's not interested in a contract extension from Dallas this year, which I can't imagine Dallas is. I just can't see how they're going to afford him no matter what the salary cap does next year. It's that would be way too much money invested in a quarterback, a D end, and two receivers, or whatever you call Parsons, the hybrid thing that he is. I mean, he's obviously really good, but if it's true that Parsons is about with it by what June is going to become the highest paid non-quarterback, I just don't see where the money is for signing Pickens, especially if Pickens is worth and will demand number one receiver money and not accept being a number two. And partly because there's going to be teams that are going to need a number one who will have space to pay him in 2026. So anyways, that's my thought here, that he's essentially a 1-year rental, and it's cheap. You know, they spend the third round draft pick, but as far as actual money, they didn't spend much money on him. But I can't see, unless I'm completely missing something. Put it in the comments if there's something I'm missing here. I don't see how the finances work out to actually pay him what he's likely going to demand next year or can command on the market next year. So, and I saw an article saying his agent is the same agent that represents Parsons, and Jerry Jones made that comment about I don't know, he said he doesn't even know who the guy is when it was the discussion about Parsons' contract, and that Jones just talks to Parsons directly. So I don't know if there's some kind of leverage play that, I don't know, but I just don't see where the money's going to come from in 2026 for two number one receiver type contracts. So, I mean, that's all I got for here. I think it's a 1-year rental. It makes Dallas interesting. I don't think it makes them competitive for the Super Bowl or anything, but I think it makes them interesting, a lot more interesting than they were without him. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments. Am I missing something here? Or what's the sentiment in Dallas? All right, we'll catch you later.